You are a person. You're a person that deserves to be loved and respected. Why are you accepting this? Why have you been accepting this for so long? What is keeping you in this relationship? What is so good and what is so beneficial about you being in this relationship? Hey Simplies, and welcome back to my channel. Here, my name is Michelle, also known as Simply Shell. If you're new, why don't you stay for a while and hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to click the bell so you never miss when I upload a video. Today I'm gonna just do another sit down, little girls talk. I really like these sit downs. I really feel like these are very important to just spread a lot of positivity and just talk about things that I've experienced in my life, because a lot of times people don't have an outlet. It's really important to be able to have somebody that you can talk to. So even though I can't be with you guys in the flesh, you can definitely just chime in and listen to what I have to say. So in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing a topic that I feel is really, really important. It's something that us women more common than men go through. It's basically just like a whole broad statement, but I find myself in through the experiences of other people that I have seen, more so women who I have seen go through this. This is why I kind of want to touch base on it. The question is, why do us women settle? Why do men settle? When I say why do we settle, I say, why do we accept things that we know aren't right for us? Why do we accept things that we know hurt us? Why do we accept things that make us feel less than when we're in relationships? And I come to find out that a lot of times that we settle and we accept things in relationships is because we're insecure. And when you're insecure and you don't feel 100% good about yourself, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna put up with somebody's crap because you don't feel good. So if you don't feel good about yourself, you're just gonna take anything that comes your way because you're not feeling your best. I'm only talking about this because I've been down that path once before where my self-esteem was very, very low. And I was in a relationship that was very unhealthy for me. I was accepting things that I knew wasn't right for me, and I couldn't understand why I was still dealing with the situation, knowing that it made me feel so bad. A lot of times I feel like we settle because we're afraid of being alone. Some of you probably are like, well, I'm fine with being alone, but have you tried it? And how long have you tried it? So you break up with this one particular person, and before you know it, you're back on the market again and you're dating, or you have somebody you're talking to in the DMs, and before you know it, you jump right back into something else. You're not giving yourself a chance to actually heal and to actually love yourself. You're jumping from one person to another person. Again, a lot of times people are afraid to be alone, but if you haven't experienced being alone, then it's so easy to just jump back into being with somebody else, because we all want to be loved. We all want to be wanted. We all want to feel valued and worthy. So that's why we sometimes deal with certain situations, because we're afraid of being alone. A lot of times our insecurities can play a big part of us settling as well. And a lot of times we don't even realize that we're settling, because when you're in a relationship, sometimes you're so deep into it and you're so used to the same behavior with the same person that it just becomes the norm for you. So you don't see anything wrong with it. And I'm gonna share with you a couple of signs of what an unhealthy relationship is and what you shouldn't stand for, because sometimes we need a reminder of who we are. We are important. We shouldn't let anybody make us feel less than we are. If your relationship brings you down, if your significant other is not uplifting you and inspiring you and always talking down to you and overly critical and just not giving you the support that you need, especially when you come to them with a matter of, oh, I had a stressful day at work, or, oh, this happened with one of my family members. Basically, you just want to come to them and vent, and they're not giving you the support you need and uplifting your spirits, making you feel worse than you already feel. That is definitely a sign of you settling, and you definitely need to understand that that is not the right person for you, because when you're in a healthy relationship and you bring that to somebody, they will always make you feel better. They'll make you feel better, they'll uplift you, they'll turn your whole frown upside down. But if they're making you feel worse than you already felt, then that's something that you definitely should think about. Another sign of settling is if your significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend is making you feel like you need to change yourself. Making comments about your weight, making comments about how you look, you need to put more makeup on, making you change your goals or your values about yourself, things that you want to do for yourself, but they're just deferring your attention to it, making you feel like you can't achieve those goals. That's very, very important, because when you're with somebody and they love you for who you are, you shouldn't have to change yourself for them. They should accept you, flaws and all. We all come with flaws, but if they're making you feel like the way you look is no longer turning them on, that can definitely mess up your self-esteem, and that can definitely make you fall into a deep depression that will be very hard to get out. And self-esteem is really hard, and that takes a lot of work. And I know it's hard to 100% love yourself, especially when people have made you feel or showed you their true colors. That words should never really hurt you, but words do stick. And when people say critical, hurtful things to you, that can definitely really hurt you. So that's definitely a big sign that you're settling. Another sign that you're settling, and of course, is being in like an abusive relationship. And abuse, it comes in many forms. It doesn't have to just be physically. It can be verbally, it can be emotionally. So if you're with somebody who's constantly not treating you right, putting their hands on you, that's a red flag right there. If they're talking down to you, talking to you with vulgarity, making you feel like you're nothing, speaking to you like you're just a dog, speaking to you like you don't mean anything to them, you need to take time and understand how would they feel if you were talking to them like that. That's not for you to worry about. You need to worry about you and what you're going to deal with, and how much are you going to accept? How much more are you going to take and allow this person to just chip at you and break you down until you have nothing left of yourself? That's definitely a big no-no. Another sign that you're settling is dealing with somebody who's constantly cheating on you. Constantly cheating on you, and you keep on taking them back. You keep forgiving them because you think that they're going to change. That is definitely not a healthy situation to be in, because once somebody does it once and they show you the true colors, they're definitely showing you who they are. And you have to understand, again, who you are, what you deserve. You don't deserve to be cheated on. So many things that go wrong with somebody cheating on you. You can get so many diseases. It can mess up your body. It can mess up your mind. And it's just not a healthy cycle. Him coming home whenever he wants to, and you question him and he doesn't have an answer for you, or he gets very defensive and he's telling you to mind your business and trying to place blame on you like it's like you're the issue. That is another issue that a lot of women deal with. And because he's arguing with you and making you feel so low, you don't even have the energy in you to just keep going back and forth with him. So you just keep being quiet and you keep accepting it. That is not something that you need to deal with. And the last thing that I want to say that I feel like is really a big thing is sacrificing. Now, I understand when you're in a relationship, of course you're going to sacrifice, but that's for both parties. If you feel like you're sacrificing more to accommodate the needs of your partner, that's a big problem. You shouldn't have to morph into someone else just to accommodate your partner's needs. Because what is that doing for you? You're living for them, you're not living for yourself. So that goes again with you, low self-esteem, low energy, depressed, just accepting everything that they want, their needs, their desires. And that is definitely something that I've seen. And it can be very draining. It can be very draining, and it can make you feel like you're alone. You're actually with somebody in the physical, but you're literally feeling alone because of how bad they're making you feel. I feel like at the end of the day, self-love is the main key in this situation, because before you can get into a relationship with anybody, you need to have a relationship with yourself. You need to know who you are truthfully and what you will allow. And a lot of times I feel like we do settle because we feel like, well, I love him, I'm gonna give him a chance. Well, I love her, I'm gonna give her a chance. She didn't mean it, he didn't mean it. But then the next time it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And before you know it, you're just so wrapped up into it. It's all about being comfortable. It's a comfort type of thing. And it's time invested with that person. And you go back with them, and then they manipulate you and make you feel like, you know what, things are going to be different. And they buy you sweet things and they buy you gifts to try to shower you. But at the end of the day, you're still settling. You have to ask yourself this: how will I know if I can be alone if I've never done it? How will I know? If you continuously stay in this toxic relationship and you keep settling for things that you know aren't good for you, and you know that you have so many other places and goals that you want to reach, but being with this person is just draining you. It's like an anchor. It's just dragging you down. And before you know it, you're not doing anything. You're not doing anything with yourself, and this person is just living, and you're literally living in hell every single day because you're trying to please them and you're trying to change them. You cannot change someone that does not want to be changed, does not want to be helped. And it's so hard to start over. That was one of my biggest issues. When you're with somebody and you're comfortable with them and you wake up with them and you do things with them and you have children with them, or they've done something to you or made you feel a way that nobody's made you feel, it's very hard. A lot of times we have issues from our past, a lot of trauma from our past that will require us to need more love. So when you feel any type of attention or love or affection from somebody else, something that you're lacking, something that you've never received, it's hard for you to see that this relationship is dysfunctional, because in one area they're giving you that need, that desire that you've always wanted, and in the next area they're giving you all of the dysfunctional, toxic traits that don't help the situation. So it's hard for you to juggle what to do when they make you feel good in one way and the other way they make you feel bad. But you have to realize you got to weigh it out. So you have to basically take the good and the bad, and if the bad outweighs the good, then you really need to just do some self-reflecting and figure out what it is that you want to do. It may be scary, because being alone is a very scary thing. There's a difference between being alone and there's a difference between being lonely. You can be alone and you can find ways to get through it by yourself, and each day, I promise you, if you keep yourself busy and you do things that you want to do, I guarantee you after a while you get used to it. And by the time you get used to doing things that you want to do and build yourself back up, because they broke you down so bad, they took almost everything that you had in you, you had to basically start all over again. When you get into that new relationship, they almost stand a chance, because you'll see the signs in the beginning and you will know what you will accept and what you won't. Nobody deserves to be walked on. You're not a doormat. You are a person. You're a person that deserves to be loved and respected. So if this person that you're dealing with is not giving you the things that you desire and need, then you have to wake up, realize, why are you accepting this? Why have you been accepting this for so long? What is keeping you in this relationship? What is so good and what is so beneficial about you being in this relationship? I want you to ask yourself those questions and write them down and see what answers you come up with, because nobody should be stuck in a relationship like that. Nobody should have to live in a house where you feel like you're caged in, or you're in jail, or you can't say certain things, or you can't do certain things because your partner is making you feel bad. They're not supporting you. They're not giving you the love that you want. Manipulate you to stay in a relationship. So every time you feel like you want to leave and you have one foot in the door and one foot out, they do something to mess with your mind, to lure you right back in. Does that make you 100% happy? Is that just a temporary fixation? Or is that you feeling good all around? Did he change because he told you he's gonna change, or is he showing you? My biggest thing with relationships and being in a relationship is actions. I can sit here and I can talk about all the things I'm good at and all the things that I can do and all the things that I will do, and tomorrow will come and I won't do it. Actions speak louder than words. If they're not showing you that they're trying to change and that they want to be better and that they really appreciate you, then you know that you're settling. You know that you're settling. And you don't need that. You don't need that. The thing that I've seen by talking to other people is a lot of people settle in relationships because they feel like they can't do better. They feel like this is the best that they can get, so this is the reason why they stick around. You know what I mean? They didn't come from anything. They don't have anything really to offer the other person. So this is why they stay in a situation, because this person is accepting them for what they don't have. And a lot of times when we're in relationships, we feel like we don't know how to get out of them, because how do I get out of something that I'm used to? The same way we get up every day, we make our bed, we drink our coffee, we take showers. It's like a routine. So to break that routine is very scary, because change is very scary. When you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you will wake up. You will wake up and that light bulb will go off, and it'll just be a random day where you're just like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'd rather be by myself than to deal with this. You got to understand your worth. That is the biggest thing. Like, the moral of the story is you have to understand your importance and understand that you deserve to be treated with respect, with love. You deserve to have all of the support, all of the desires. You deserve to achieve every goal that you have for yourself. Do not let anybody come in your life and stop your blessings. Don't block your blessings. Whether it's you wanting to be married, whether it's you wanting to have kids but they don't, whether it's you wanting to have a house and they're fine with just being in public housing. Whatever it is that you want to do for yourself and make yourself feel good, do not let somebody stop you from that. Do not let somebody put their hands on you. Do not let anybody physically, emotionally, or verbally abuse you. That is not the way to live. That's settling. That is absolutely positively settling. And once you realize who you are, nobody can touch you. You're unstoppable. Nobody will be able to talk to you like that. Nobody will ever be able to smack you to the ground again. People will think twice when they speak to you, because When you come off like that and you show your confidence, they won't. Certain people can feel and smell and see your vulnerability. And when a man or a woman can sense the vulnerability, they tend to use that and they take advantage of that. And as long as you allow them to do that, that's what they're gonna do. So I say that to say self-love is very important. It's the most important thing that we have, being that self-hate can affect us so much and make such poor decisions. I hope this video was very helpful. I feel like certain things just hit me during the day and I feel like I just want to talk about it. Somebody needed to hear this today. You needed to hear this today. I had to go through it to realize it. You have to go through it. And if you're going through it, it's going to get greater. Just understand who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror. Love yourself for everything that you are. Everything that you are and everything that you come with, even your flaws. Don't let anybody take that from you. Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like you had to settle? Let me know how it worked. What did you do to realize that you were settling? What was your last straw for you? What made you wake up? Comment that down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Click the bell so you never miss when I upload. I'll see you in my next video.